Welcome back to Whatever Garage. Today we're going to try putting together a little robot. Let's get started. And by a little robot, I mean I have some parts. Some are car parts, some are ceiling fan parts, some are parts I don't know where they came from. Actually, these are door hinges off of a Ford Edge. That's the bottom part of a oil filter. What else do we have? Miscellaneous stuff, just, you know, here. Oh, that's off of a lawnmower. What is this? This is off of some sort of, it's a cooling fan for some sort of motor. I don't know what it was. Anyway, I feel like putting stuff together and start making a robot. So you can come along on my little journey here. Now we're in the shop. It's a little cold and I have my heater going, but we're gonna have to like jump back and forth. I can either do the heater or I can do the welder. I can do the heater or I can do the welder. Now the welder will provide heat, but until we get to that point, let's do this. And usually what I do is I will get some interesting pieces, take a look at them and try and figure out, you know, what they look like. Like sockets. This one's broken. I think I popped it on something. I can't remember, it was in the bin. But anyway, that's usually like an arm joint. And there's his arm. Maybe I'll cut it off, give him an elbow there so it bends. But that way it's movable. And like this I was thinking about for the head. It doesn't spin, but it does go up and down. Normally I like having bearings so the head will spin. But you know, I guess I can make a stationary one too. I was sort of kind of thinking of something like this. And that's the head. That's part of the body. But I haven't gotten quite there yet. Like I said, I'd like something that would spin. So I would have to find something with a bearing in it. And I have a couple of old drills over there that I've used before. But we'll see. Like this. This is a race off of something. I don't remember what it came off of. But it got mangled. You know, I was also thinking, I love these things. And that's got some heft to it. Look at that. Nice coil. And I was thinking of maybe making this into a face. Or a head. Like, that's the head, and like have something come out from here. That's the idea. And like these springs would make good legs. Because then if I anchored him in the yard, and let's say concrete, he could actually wobble. Who knows? I'm getting ahead of myself. I usually always start with the head or the chest. So let's figure it out. Now here I have an old skill saw. It's got the nice motor here. And once I remove this, it will turn, and it'll turn this up here. You notice they're not in a line, but they have gears in them. But the only problem is they're plastic, so you have to be careful with the welding. If I could just get it to attach up here when I weld it quickly like a nut or something, then we should be good. I got it to work on another robot. Maybe I can get it to work on this. Let's see. Let's get us a quick and easy way to do this. I jumped ahead a little bit. Speaking of that, this is going to be the head. And I finally got that other piece off of here. That's going to be the neck. Head, neck. And now I just have to weld the mount on here for it to sit on there. Well, we actually have a weld. How about that? Okay, this is the back side. This is going to be a little different. On this one, where'd it go? I've got to weld this tab on. So I want to weld this little tab back on and then that onto the back of the head. Comprende. Got to put my finger on it, sorry. There we go. All right, she's together. Let me finish that weld. Perfect. Nice and red hot. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to weld just the top of it where it connects. And then we have a head with a mounting point. I don't know how well any of this picked up, but it's welded on the back, and it's welded on the back and it's welded on the front. This coil is wrapped in paper. That's probably what's still smoking, and that damn thing is still hot. All right, but those will work. So now what we're gonna do, this is the head, and I will quit picking that up with my bare hands. Okay. For this to work, hey, this fit in here better a little bit ago. What's up with that? See, here's the problem. I need it to weld into here, but I can't guarantee that's going to be straight by holding it. See? All right, I'll bring you back when I figure this out. And I got his head on, and it swivels. Oh, sorry, I don't know if you can see it. All right, it's not perfectly straight, but it's got a downward look, which would be perfect as if he's looking down at somebody. It could be like this. It could be a shoulder guard, or it could just be like this. Any damn well way I please. That's how it's gonna be. How about that? But I like where I'm starting. All right. So, with that said, I'd like to finish giving him a face. All robots have to have faces. Okay, they don't have to, but I want to. Almost like that is like an eyebrow. Or an eye pal. No, not an eye. What do you call it? Not an eyebrow, like an eye bar. No, we're not copying that from somebody. All right, I can keep looking through the junk bin, because I mean, this little slit actually looks like a mouth. So if you put like that there, and then this steel ball right there, it could be a nose. But then he looks like a dork. Or you can just do that right down the middle. What if you did that, and then did the ball on top? That could be interesting. Do this. Well, I gotta be careful, this is really hot. Do that right there. All right, let's do that. Get a set of pliers. I can't work too much longer. It's almost dinner time, and it's my anniversary. So I have to get back to real life. There, lightweight. And I hope you're still recording. We'll put it right there. Sorry, I got to do it so it's comfortable for me to do it. Where does it have to be exactly? Even or just below, but not above. I'm definitely gonna have to clean this up with the sander, but not right this second. All right, I gotta figure out how to hold this while I weld this. Guess he has a broken nose. What we'll do is, I'm gonna weld it straight on the axis, and then I'm gonna add some more weld on this side, and it should even it out. Probably should have cranked the heat up for that a little more. I think I will for this. That's the paper, definitely. Woo, look at the glow on that ball. All right, that's all I'm gonna have time for today. It's a good start. Give you a heads-on view. Still glowing. I mean, once he's cleaned up, it'll look more like something. Remember, you got to start with something before you can make it into something. It's always ugly before it's prettier, right? All right, it's the next day and I've already gotten started. I have give him a little waistline. So that's how he's looking so far. That's what we did yesterday, was a head. I just added that front and back. Don't look at the welds, they're ugly. And now we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for some legs. All right, I came across a couple of power steering hoses, cut off the metal ends, and now he's gonna make him a little arm. Now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna attach it. Remember, this is aluminum, this is not, so I will have to weld something here to come up to attach to. Something relatively sturdy. So when your arm is up like that, it's about waist high. So that's about waist high. So proportionally, we're doing good. Now, like I said, we gotta find something. Now we could do a gear. Now it wouldn't spin though, this one won't. I did find another gear that we can use for his hips, and it spins, see? So I get him to move around. And I got a little baby piston. It's off of a lawnmower. And I use to make some shoulders. Why not a funky bracket? Yes, there goes his funky shoulders. And that'll swoop up. So if we cut this somewhere about here, should be good. Hang on. That is one shoulder bracket. How do we want to mount it? I'd say right there. Clean it up a little bit. Just tack it right there really quick. What do you think? A little shoulder joint there? Needs to be back more. I may have to break it off and redo it. Unless she will let me bend her. And she did. All right. Let's weld her in. All right, one set of shoulders. Now, how are we gonna do the other side? Because she is lopsided. See, this is the funny thing about this guy. His head is slightly off center, which is why I liked it. Shoulder there. I'm gonna have to do another shoulder, but it's gonna have to be lower. You know what? It doesn't have to be up. Why not just come straight out and down? Have him a short, stubby arm. Because I think for the other arm, I want to use this. Cut it in half. Maybe make that the elbow. Alrighty, he now has 2 arms. This one welded up to here, and this one will move. Once, needs to cool down a minute so then the gears can move. Right now they're a little soft, but this will still spin around. And then we'll add something on there to make it look cool. Alrighty, so now what we're doing, we've got to figure out his hips. We're going to use this so that he can still pivot. I'm thinking of welding this part up inside, and then whatever else attachments would be down here. Let's lay them flat. Oh yeah, there we go. Forgot he had a little spot right there. But I think we need to do a plate. I think we need to weld a plate on this and then on there, or even something. No, that won't work. All right, he's now got a set of hips. And they swivel. Look at that, nice and smooth. Now we just got to build him an undercarriage. Any suggestions? I'm almost thinking of welding that right there. That'd be a little obscene though, wouldn't it? I mean, this piece is too big. Well, maybe not. In comparison to the other one, put the big part in the back. Oh, I gotta be careful, that's hot. Look at that. That fits right in there. How much room do we have? Oh, it's like right on it. Do we do this? I wonder if I can raise it up any. No, it can only go to the top of that chute. Right there. Or do we use that one and weld that right there? No, the other one sits higher, makes it look better. Or we could do a collar, maybe like that. No. This one looks the best. We will go with this one. I think I will weld it from under here if I can. Okay, I have since added, I guess you would call it his hips. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. Anyway, I had to run a bolt through them. I had to drill a hole through them because this is aluminum. The little part I welded up there was the only part that was metal. This little part was aluminum that spins around. So I drilled a hole, ran a bolt through them, and pelvis, that's it. This is his pelvis. So now I'm going to connect legs on either end. It looks ugly, but wait till the end. You'll see. All right, I came up with a couple of legs. You see that one's still a little hot. There's his feet. That's just up to his kneecaps. Now we're going to do his thighs and then to attach him. All right, there you have it. When he's facing forward, it's this way. Here we go. There's his head, shoulders, waist, hips, and his legs. Now, he looks like a chicken right now because his legs are a little skinny. I haven't added all the stuff to him. He's only got one decent arm. Just get the idea. All right, that's a better view of him. I got that thing in the middle to prevent him from spinning around. This way I don't have to hold him. Alrighty, we made a little progress. Gave him an elbow, I guess you could say. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot, hot, hot. But see his little arm there? That's his elbow. And then we added a little piece here. That's all I've done so far. We're at the stage now where we're adding things on to make him look better, or more proportional for that matter. I mean, I might make his arm here a little thicker to give it some substance, but I do like the two things there. I mean, they could be guns, they could be fire extinguishers, they could be whatever you want. Use your imagination. But I now need to find something to give. Oh. He's already got one of these as an antenna. What if he had a claw arm? Wouldn't that be cool? Be awful thin though, wouldn't it? Like I said, imagination. Oh, that's right, I was gonna put this on here. I need to get something to mount onto this so he can have my old wire wheel. All right, trying to weld his little arm apparatus together. Not going so well. Welds are looking like shit, like normal. Well, let's see what we can do. All right, that one was better. Wouldn't call it great. All right, now I just gotta fill that void. Good luck. Well, worked better than it sounded. Do that little area right there. It's perfect. Well, don't put it away. Still got to connect it. This will be the fun part. Got to go right there. Other than me holding a hot piece of metal that's burning my hand. See, when I cut this, I cut it at an angle on purpose. Try not to burn yourself. And I want it to go right there. Right there. What if I laid it down? All right, now that arm can't go anywhere. And I can get this going the right way. Yep. There she goes. Woo, burn a finger. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that in a minute. It's burning my hands. All right, he's got his arm. Little thingamabob here, goes all the way around. I'm trying to get it to stop here, but it won't without me having to tack it. I don't want to do that. But he is now uneven. So, I gotta fix that. Not sure how, but we'll figure it out. Not to mention he's got little skinny legs. Oops, we gotta do something fatten his legs up here, make him look tougher. All right, we now have him on a platform, and boy does he swing really good. That's his back, that's his front. His balance is way off, but boy does he spin good. All right, we still have to figure out how to balance him out. I gave up on trying to balance him with his legs, so I just welded him to a stand. That's the stand all my robots go on, is a old brake rotor. Oh, we've made progress here. This is his back. Got a little decorative here, give him a little more dimension. Got his arms there. Add a few little things here and there. Now he's got limiters, so he can't spin all the way around. He can only go so far. Added a couple things down here, just decoration. Make sure I don't grab something that's hot. This is his front. Now, still gonna add stuff to his legs because he looks like he has chicken legs. But like I said, he's getting close. All right, guys, this is where I'm at so far. I've added a bunch of stuff to his legs. to fill them out a little bit. If you'll notice, from the sides, I still need to add a little more just to give it more dimension. I've added a few things on the bottom. Just welded them in so they'll rust real nice. I don't know if I showed you his skirt before. He's got a little armored skirt now. He's got stoppers to prevent him from going all the way, both ways. And then I figured out a way, and I can't grab that because it's hot. Is this hot? No. Ooh, yep, it is. Look at the side of his arm. I added these bolts to the back of his arm. So then when it comes around now, I grab something that's not freaking hot. When it comes around, it doesn't go flying all the way back. The weight keeps it there so it's more forward, which I think gives it better dimension. What do you think? I still love his head. I'm gonna do some cleaning up. When I'm done adding everything, I'm gonna go to the other garage where the compressor is and use the little 2-inch die grinder to clean it up. I thought about sandblasting it, but if I'm gonna leave it out to rust, might as well just leave it rusty, right? Anyway, that's where we're at. All right, today's gonna be the last day we work on this. And one of the things I wanna do is finish up with the hair. And I think by the way it looks, if it comes out like I think, this is gonna be a she, not a he. At least this is what I'm envisioning. Just like I don't want these little metal tabs on here. Where's my snips? Let's try, I want to get this stuff off, but I'm not sure if I can do it with these. Yeah, you can see I can't get all the way up, but we can at least do this. Well, son of a bitch. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It didn't have copper core in there. I was thinking I was going to have like a copper core. So let's see what this has. And we just might snip this stuff completely off. Yeah, not going to work how I thought it was. So, he's a he. Sorry. That'd be funny if that freaking screwed in there, wouldn't it? Well, cross thread's better than no thread. Isn't that how the saying goes? There we go. Another added piece. Didn't even have to weld it. Okay. Front of his leg looks all right. Got some calves going here. Doesn't have anything back here. I guess technically you don't have to. I like how we got our stoppers here and here. I like this little piece. It gives it like he's wearing a backpack. See the front? He's got his plate here, this here. I mean, I've still got these little bearings or bearing balls. I really don't know anywhere he needs them. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking he's done. I do need to come up with a name for him because all my robots, I engrave their name, my initials, and what number it is. And he's going to be 005. I could clean this up a little bit. That does not look exactly great, but maybe that's what gives him character. Looking back at him, what would you call him? What name do you think of? I'm about to step back and think about it. All right, now I'm gonna try and clean him up a little bit. And by clean him up, I just mean get a lot of the dirt and dust particles off of him. I'm not gonna scrub him because rust is his theme. think this really did much. Maybe got a couple things off, but my other two that are out there, I clear coated, and they are slowly rusting. He is gonna rust overnight, I do believe. The one I gave my dad, he's about a 4 foot one, yeah, about 4 foot. I clear coated him, but I did not clear coat the trident that he holds. And so he is slowly rusting, and his trident is completely brown with rust. I say screw it, put him out anyway. I don't feel like clear coating him. Feel like moving on to another project. All right, there's his final resting place. Stands alongside the other three, or other two, excuse me. So I have 3 in a row. Say big, bigger, biggest. All right, so now that all that's done, I get the fun job of cleaning up after my project. So this will be whatever garage out.